In this video, we're going to do some base 7 calculations. In particular, we're going to do 2, 3 multiplied by 1, 3. So we'll start with the rightmost column, 3 times 3, which is 9, and in base 7 we can represent that as 7 plus 2. Now moving along, we can multiply 2 times 3 and get 6, and then add 1 from the previous carryover. So we get 7. In base 7, we write the number 7 as 1, 0. Now we'll multiply through by the next column, so we have to shift everything over by 1. We write a 0, and multiply 1 by 3 to get 3, and 1 by 2 to get 2. And we'll add together the two numbers that we just wrote down. So 2, 3, 3. And we have our answer of 332. I would like to try to do this same problem using exploding dots. But before we just jump into the exploding dots, let's remind ourselves of how the algorithm that we just went through works through the distributive law. So I'm going to write down on my page 2, 3 multiplied by 1, 3. And we're going to write 1, 3 as 1, 0 plus 3. And now the distributive law can apply. The 2, 3 can multiply over the addition and apply to the 1, 0 and the 3. So when we multiply 2, 3 by 1, 0, it just shifts the numbers to the left with a 0 on the right. And when we multiply 2, 3 by 3, we may not know the answer directly to that if we're not familiar with base 7. So I'm just going to write down 3 times 2, 3. And hopefully from here we recognize that the addition that we did on the left-hand side here is the same as the distributive law producing the addition on the right-hand side. So 230 and 230 plus 102, it must be the same as 3 times 2, 3. From here, we're going to transition into using exploding dots to solve this problem. So I've set up my 7-1 machine to represent our visualization of base 7. And I'm going to think about, how do I multiply 2, 3 by 1, 3? Well, first I could think about 2 multiplied by 1, 0. That's part of the process. That's part of what the distributive law is saying above. So 2 multiplied by 1, 0, I can write 2, 3, but it's just shifted one box to the left. And now the other part would be to multiply 3 by 2, 3. So how about we write down 3 copies of 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. 3 copies of 2, and 1, 2, 3 copies of 3. So there's 3 copies of 2, 3. And now we can add this all together using our fantastic exploding dots method. So any box that has 7 will become unstable and shift those dots to the left. So here's 7 dots, they get shifted to the left and become 1 dot. And here's 7 more dots, they will get shifted to the left and become 1 dot. So here's our new dots on the left-hand side, and we're ready to disappear those dots that moved. Now we're ready to record our final answer. We have 3 dots followed by 3 dots followed by 2 dots, and we can see that both methods gave us the same result in base 7. Either method is perfectly fine.